Ora si registrerà la conferenza.
The first country to present should be Latvia. Edgars Surins, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Yes, but I would like everyone with the opened microphone at the end could upload, please, because it is an important moment to be together and to underline the beautiful works of our students.
Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about cyberbullying. One second, please. Okay, so my presentation is about cyberbullying. So what is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. Cyberbullying is also bullying which is all over the internet, like being mean to other person, but through internet, not in real life. So I want to talk about what is bullying also. Bullying is unwanted aggressive behavior among school-aged children that involves a real or perceived power of imbalance. So what's the difference between bullying and cyberbullying? To answer this question quick and simple, cyberbullying is bullying that takes place on the internet, throughout SMS or any other place in the online world. And bullying is a situation where is getting harassed physically and mentally. For example, how they look, their weight, their height, and other horrible things that bullies can imagine. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about 10 kinds of cyberbullying, which are pretty common, and yeah, let's start. So first of all, it's exclusion. Exclusion is the act of leaving someone out deliberately. So let's say you're going out with a group of friends and few friends of yours wants to hang out with you, but most of them don't want to, so they push you back until like go home. You don't have to like be here. Same with the online in parties, basically in voice chat parties. So harassment. Harassment is pattern of threatening of or hurtful online messages intentions of doing harm. So that's basically telling someone that they are really bad person and like basically bullying them online with hurtful words. That's the most common way of bullying in online. Outing and doxing. Outing, also known as doxing, refers to the act of openly revealing sensitive or personal information about someone without their consent for humiliation. So basically, outing is revealing sensitive personal information about someone without their consent. Like they have, I don't know, extra finger on their hand and something like that. Okay, trickery. Trickery is similar to outing with an added element of deception. Simpler meaning would be bully gaining trust over the victim. Trickery is the act of deceiving someone into giving out personal information to you and or publishing it. This is almost the same as outing, except the person does not give out the personal information willingly. Cyberstalking. Cyberstalking is a particularly serious form of cyberbullying that can extend to threats of physical harm to the child being targeted. Let's say it's like stalking but through the internet. Fraping. Fraping is when bully uses your child's social networking accounts to post inappropriate content with their name. Basically, let's say they have control over your child's account or any other, your friend's account, it could be also, and they're just posting some kind of pictures, but they use your name as an author. So frapping is pretty powerful method that bullies use to get in victim's head. That's why I suggest to never share your accounts with anyone or passwords. The best way not to get frapped is using different kinds of passwords on social media, which are powerful and can't be hacked that easily. Masquerading. Masquerading happens when a bully creates a made-up profile or identity online with sole purpose of cyberbullying someone. Let's say the bully doesn't like other person, so he creates a fake account and he bullies that person through a fake account, so they don't know who the bully is actually. Dissing. Dissing refers to the act of bullies spreading cruel information about their target through public posts or private messages to either ruin their reputation or relationships with the other people. So dissing is also really powerful method to bullying through cyberbullying. And yeah, in these situations, the bully tends to have personal relationship with the victim, either as an acquaintance or as a friend. Okay, trolling. Trolling is when the bully will seek out to intentionally upset others by posting hurtful comments online. Trolling may not always be a form of cyberbullying, but it can be used as a tool to cyberbully. These bullies tend to be more detached from their victims and do not have personal relationship. Flaming. This type of online bullying constitutes of posting about or directly sending insults to and profanity to their target. Flaming is similar to trolling, but will usually be a more direct attack on a victim into them online fights. So how can we stop cyberbullying? So I listed 5 signs that you should keep in mind. Don't share your accounts with anyone. Accounts are made only for you and your use only. If you think you are getting harassed, then save any evidence that you can. For example, them calling you inappropriate words, anything that could be in your favor. Sometimes just asking the person is enough for them to understand and stop harassing you. If you see that bully doesn't stop, then ask for someone that can help, like who can listen to your problems and help sort things out. If a classmate is bullying you, you should save any evidence of bullying and report it to school staff, so they can get in touch with his parents and punish him for that. These are few organizations that can help against cyberbullying. One of them is cybersmile.org, which is a multi-award winning nonprofit organization committed to digital well-being. Pacer.org is supportive organization for all persons who desire to be free and stay safe in their own communities. And stompoutbullying.org is leading national nonprofit dedicated to changing culture for all students. They work with cyberbullying, bullying, LGBTQ plus people, and other kinds of bullying. These are my used resources, and thank you for listening. Any questions?
Good job. Thank you. You can please make questions about your work to the other students, and they will try to answer your question.
Yes, please.
Edgar,
Yes.
make the first question. You.
So do you understand everything in that presentation, what I told you? Like about cyberbullying, all other kinds of ways that people can cyberbully and online?
Someone who answered the question, please.
Okay, so there are no questions. Well, thanks for listening anyway.
We have a question.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Please, we didn't understand what frapping is. Could you please repeat?
Yeah, sure. 1 second.
Thanks.
So frapping is when a bully uses your child's social networking accounts to post inappropriate content with their name. So basically, if you have a child and the bully is getting the access to your child's account, they can post inappropriate stuff like, let's say, something racist, like racist quotes, nudes, anything like that, and they can post your child's name and surname on it. So basically, that would say like they are posting their stuff.
Thank you.
Actually, I got a question.
Yes, please.
How we gonna make people sure about it? Like, if there is someone bullying us, how, in my school, there is a team like not bullying directly, but they are whispering about others, and they are acting like they are more valuable than us. So when you talk it to your teachers or an adult, their notes, school notes are perfect. Like they are so successful, and you cannot make people sure about they are bad, but they look good because of their school notes, high grades.
In my opinion, you should get like any kind of evidence. In my opinion, that would be like text messages that they sent each other, so that you can have proof, and so you can report it to school. If they doesn't do anything, you can just go to police, and maybe from there they can sort things out.
Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions? No problem.
Edgar, you were very, very nice and very, very clear. Your explanation were clear, and you speak a good English. So
Yes, thank
I
you.
hope that everyone enjoyed your presentation.
Yes, okay. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, so the next country is Romania. Are you ready?
Of course.
Okay, please.
Hi, I'm Stefana. I represent the Romanian team today, along with my teammates. There's Alexandra, Emilia, Anna, Cosmin, and Georgetta. We prepared a short video and a short presentation about cyberbullying. The video presents a case that we met, and this is what started our whole research in cyberbullying. Unfortunately, cases like these aren't rare and far in between. So we decided to see how often do they actually happen and in what ways we can stop cyberbullying. I'm gonna pass the microphone to my teammate Alexandra, and she's gonna tell you what cyberbullying is.
What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying means bullying through the use of digital technologies. It can happen on social networks, messaging platform, gaming platform, and mobile phones. It is a repeated behavior in order to scare, injure, or humiliate choose target. Examples include spreading lies or posting embarrassing photo of someone on social networks, transmitting annoying messages, or tweets through message exchange platforms, copying a person identity, and sending malicious message to someone.
Cyberbullying comes in many different forms. 1. Flaming. Flaming means deliberately provoking a response through the use of insults on online forums and social media text. 2. Denigration. Denigration is sending or posting real information about someone online to damage their reputation. 3. Exclusion. Exclusion can happen in several ways, usually when someone is excluded from online activities, conversation, or social media. 4. Outing. Outing is the act of publicly humiliating someone through the online posting of private or embarrassing information without consent. 5. Trickery. Trickery involves gaining someone's trust so that secret can be shared publicly online. 6. Impersonation. Impersonation involves stealing online identities and recreating social networking profiles for deceptive purposes. 7. Harassment. Harassment is sustained and intentional bullying comprised of abusive messages sent to someone. 8. Cyberstalking. Cyberstalking is a dangerous form of cyberbullying in which attackers harass victims for online communication. It also refers to adults using the internet to contact and meet young people for abusive purposes.
The consequences of cyberbullying can be classified in 3 categories. Social effects. Diminishing the desire to communicate and socialize, both online and real life, which is why some victims may choose to isolate themselves from society. Inappropriate behavior in society, victims being able to act aggressive or in presence of complexities whose manifestation inhibit socialization. Emotional effects. Aggressive behavior or depression caused by the reaction of others of the aggressor to posts about the victim. Fear and anxiety, determined by the victim's impression that he or she is being followed permanently by the aggressor or that a new attack on him or she is coming. Physical effects. The physical injury caused by the aggressor would wound the victim later meet face-to-face. Suicide. In extremely certain cases, the victim isolated and refusing outside help resorts to taking their life, either out in conviction that that's the only method of stopping the abuser, aggressor, either because they can no longer stand the abusive treatment of the aggressor or the reaction of those around them.
Methods of preventing cyberbullying. The first thing and the most important is the education. If all of us will be educated to respect and accept the others, this phenomenon will be non-existent or at least reduced. This is why we want to warn especially the parents to spend more time and to communicate more with their children. Also, they should check what are their kids doing on the internet. In cyberbullying, both the victims and the aggressor need help. If you are the victim, get rid of all the ways the aggressor can take to block him, her everywhere. Talk with your parents or friends, ask for their help. If you're the aggressor, you also need help. If you bully someone, that may come from frustrations, lack of communication, family problem. You have to try to realize your problems and solve them.
We created a questionnaire with 11 questions about cyberbullying in school and then distributed it to the students of our school to complete it. In the end, we have a total of 111 answers. Thanks to everyone who completed. I will present you 5 of these 11 questions with answers. First question. Usually at school or in online classes, how do you feel? Top 2 answers were unsure, happy, shy, indifferent, tense, and emotional. Second question. Do you think that the cases of cyberbullying this year, 48% of them said they don't exist, 24% of them said they're the same, 70% of them said have gone down, and 11% of them said have gone up. Third questions. What do you think are the main reasons for cyberbullying? Top 3 answers were need to feel empowered, jealousy, and other. Do you think that the media coverage of cases of aggression, school violence can lead to? 40% of them said that is decreasing cases. 32% of them said that is it can lead to anything, and 28% of them said that is an increase in cases. And the last question: overall, how happy are you with yourself? Many of them said they feel very happy, and another answers were somewhat happy, not very happy, and not happy at all.
Thank you for listening. This was our presentation. I hope that helped you better understand this phenomena of cyberbullying. If there are any questions, I can answer them. If not, I can ask you questions.
Thank you for your presentation. It was very clear and detailed. Has anyone any question to do?
I have a question.
Good, please.
This question is Federico who was talking about the different types of bullying. And it's quite personal, this question, but I would like to ask if which do you think is the worst type of bullying in your opinion?
Well, it's like all bullying is bad, of course, because it doesn't depend on the type of bullying. It depends on the person who is bullied, because there are people that can, you know, resist any type of bullying. They literally don't care. But there are people that they get sad and depressed when someone calls them stupid once. But like, of course, stalking, let's say, would be the worst. The worst. It would be like cyber stalking is very bad. Uh, you can, they can do a lot of things to you physically. They can come to your house and hurt you. So that would be one of the worst types of cyber bullying.
I totally agree with you. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you for your question.
Any other questions?
2 questions.
Please.
Do you think that cyberbullying can be fully eradicated?
Probably my answer is gonna make people sad, but no, because let's say the only way we can eradicate cyberbullying is literally eradicate all the internet. Like, bullying has been around since the beginning of time, let's be honest. I mean, there are wars started because of bullying. So cyberbullying, to eradicate cyberbullying, you need to eradicate the whole internet, because bullying is never gonna go away, unfortunately.
Thank you for your answer. And my other question was, if you could eradicate cyberbullying, how would you do it?
Let's say in a perfect world where everyone is understanding, it would probably we need to start small, because we can't think big from the beginning. So, I would use a lot of word of mouth, like tell my friends, hey, look, this isn't okay. And then they would tell their friends, and they would tell their friends, maybe because we have the internet and we can talk to people from so many countries, from all over the world. I mean, look, we're here. We are talking to each other. I'm in Romania. You are in Latvia or Turkey. So thanks to that, we can spread our messages all over the world. So I would start small, talking to my friends. Hey, this isn't okay. You can't do this. And yeah, they will start sharing with their friends, and that's how we would eradicate it.
Thank you.
We enjoyed it. Your presentation, the questions, and also the answers. So please, the next one is Bulgaria. Are you ready? Bogomil Slaven.
So, hello, my name is Bogomil, and we're going to present you our presentation about cyberbullying. Just let me share my screen. Can you see?
Yes.
Picado yes. Okay.
Cyberbullying, here's where your presentation begins. Definition. Cyberbullying is an aggressive, intentional act of behavior that's carried out by a group or an individual using electronic forms of contact repeatedly and over time against a victim who cannot easily defend him or herself.
Cyberstalking. Cyberstalking is a form of online harassment in which the perpetrator uses electronic communications to stalk a victim. This is considered more dangerous of other forms of cyberbullying because it generally involves a credible threat to the victim's safety. Cyberstalkers may send repeated messages intended to threat or harass, and they may encourage others to do the same.
Trolling. Internet troll is intentionally to try to provoke or offend others to elicit a reaction. Trolls and cyberbullies do not always have the same goals. While some trolls engage in cyberbullying, others can be engaged in completely harmless mischief. A troll may be disruptive either for their amusement or because they're generally a combative person.
Okay. Method used. Manuals intended to educate the public about cyberbullying summarize cyberbullying is inclusive of acts of intended cruelty to others in the form of posting or sending material using an internet-capable device. Research, legislation, and education in the field are ongoing. Research has identified basic definitions and guidelines to help recognize and cope with what is regarded as abuse of electronic communications.
What are the effects of cyberbullying? Mentally, feeling upset, embarrassed, stupid, even angry. Emotionally, feeling ashamed or losing interest in things you love. Physically, tired or experiencing symptoms like stomach aches and headaches.
How to prevent cyberbullying? Preventing cyberbullying is a matter of awareness and response, knowing what children are going and how they're vulnerable, then helping them learn to respond when their well-lived being is threatened by bullies, trolls, and other dangerous users online.
People tip to stay safe online. Always welcome what it costs. Never share username and password with anyone. If you are a victim of cyberbullying, always inform an adult. Don't let others use your phone without your permission. Always save threatening and derogatory messages from advance.
And remember, block any kind of communication with harasser. Don't let Don't let others take your pictures or videos without your consent. Be cautious while posting your pictures, messages, attachments, or files on the internet or on social media. Use VPN to improve your security. Stay safe. Lastly, and more importantly, think before sharing or posting any information online.
And remember, cyberbullies are so brave. We can stop cyberbullying. Just follow the tips even more and follow the best ways to prevent.
So here we put one video to show you how to stop cyberbullying.
Hi, Wellcasters. Last week, we started talking about bullies. Those grizzly bears that seem to think that they're allowed to make you feel unsafe and uncomfortable. We showed you some ways to deal with those grizzlies. from playing dead to traveling in packs. But what if the bears could follow you, worming their way through the series of wires that now make up such a huge part of our lives? Today on Wellcast, we're taking a look at cyberbullying. In many ways, cyberbullying can be much scarier than physical bullying and much harder to escape too. But that is okay because your Wellcast army has returned to back you up. We're going to teach you a 4-step method for escaping the clutches of cyber bullies. Are you ready? Unsurprisingly, cyberbullying is extremely detrimental to your health. The Journal of Adolescent Health found that cyberbullying victims are more likely to become depressed than targets of traditional bullying. And cyberbullies don't really have much in the way of motives either. With bullying, there's normally an imbalance of power. But you don't need to be powerful to harass someone online. You just need the internet. According to the American Counseling Association, 40% of cyberbullies engage in online aggression just for fun. Okay, it doesn't really help to know that someone who's constantly harassing you over Facebook has no reason to do so, but you should take comfort in the fact that it does have very little to do with you and everything to do with the bully's own super weird issues. You can't fight those issues. What you can do is learn how to avoid cyberbullying when possible and extract yourself from the situation when it's too late to avoid it. It's time for our 4-step method. Pause and print this Wellcast worksheet. Step 1, privacy is prevention. Take a second to go through any place you store data about yourself online and make sure the privacy settings are airtight. Google your name, see what comes up. Make sure your Facebook settings don't give out your email address or phone number. Step 2, when bullied, don't respond and don't retaliate. This is a ridiculously hard rule to follow because, hey, you're getting sent awful things, and the first thing you want to do is fire back. But think of it like this, though. Engaging with a bully is like pouring water on a grease fire. It seems like the obvious thing to do at the time because, holy crap, my stovetop is in flames. But water just spreads the fire, and retaliating to a cyberbully just encourages the bully because you're giving him what he wants. Step 3, block the bully if possible. What's better than ignoring a bully? Making it impossible for him to contact you, that's what. Try one of the following methods to make it harder for your bully to reach you. If you're on a messaging system, set it up so that only contacts on your buddy list can contact you. If this doesn't work, try going invisible or blocking the individual screen names that you know to be dangerous. Screen all incoming phone calls and text messages. If necessary, temporarily suspend your social media pages. Step 4, save the information and tell someone. First and foremost, report the bullying to the service provider because cyberbullying is outlawed on most sites and messenger services. Cyberbullying is also illegal in most states, though some bullies might think they can get away with a lot simply because nobody knows who they are. What they forget is that they're leaving a pretty significant electronic trail. Save any threatening correspondence, email, Facebook, phones, etc., and show it to somebody you trust. This could be a parent, teacher, or friend. To recap, if you're being cyberbullied, first, make sure your online presence is as private as possible. Don't retaliate, but block the bully from communicating with you as much as you can. And finally, save all information and tell someone you trust about the bullying. If you would like more advice on dealing with bullies, like why you should never listen to a bully in the first place, click back to our last bullying episode. Tweet us at Watch.
Here you can see from the link, you can see where are you can find more information. So we have 3 questions for you. They're really basic, so I think if you watch carefully, you can answer really easily. What is cyberbullying? What is cyberstalking? And share with us at least 3 tips to prevent cyberbullying. Everyone is free to answer. session.
I can respond to the third question.
Okay, go ahead. We're listening.
A tip for preventing your leakage of your private information would be paying attention to what you decide to share, and especially who has your information.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
And if you want, I can answer the first one.
Yeah, go.
So cyberbullying, as you explained, is a type of bullying where there is a bully online posting stuff on someone or try to diss this person and make this person shamed or stuff like that. But it's everything happen online.
Yeah. Very good. Somebody want to answer the second question or no?
Cyberstalking is like harassing or threatening someone through technologies.
Amazing. Thanks everyone for your answers. Do you have any questions for us? We can answer to you.
Thank you for your presentation. Very good. Anything else from you? No?
No,
Okay,
that's
so
all.
it's a 2:45. If you agree, we can have a 15 minutes break, and then we begin with the Spain presentation. Emre, do you agree?
Yes, a 15-minute break is okay.
Okay, so at 3 o'clock Italian time, we will meet again. Okay, bye. See you later.
Bye.
Okay.
To create your own Wix website, go to www.wix.com/go/storybooth.
One day, I was walking home with my best friend. She was so pumped about something. I have really strict parents, and I have to come home straight away after school. This was my best friend, so I had to go with her, because she wanted to tell me what she was so excited about. So we ran to the nearest park. She took out the slip of paper from her bag, which read out a phone number. But this wasn't any phone number. It was a phone number of a girl's that she was in beef with. I gasped when I saw it. She's like, I know, right? We have to text her. And I wasn't really sure about it because I didn't want to get in trouble. We ran to the nearest bench in the park and she started texting this number saying, Hi, it's me, Jason from school. And she started asking her questions like, hey, wanna hang out sometime? And really gross things like asking her for nudes. The girl, whose number it was actually answering all this stuff and sent a picture of herself naked. When we saw this, we screamed so much and we started rolling around the floor and laughing. It was so funny. My friend and I kept on running to the park every day after school to text this girl and to pretend to be this boy from school. The girl kept on looking at the boy called Jason at school, twisting her hair at him like he was actually texting her. And every single time she did this, we burst out laughing. It was so funny. But one day, she asked to do a video call, and my friend was like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm not Jason. So she just made it that she was sick and that she looked a mess. But this girl did not believe him. So she kept on ringing and ringing and ringing on FaceTime to see if it was actually Jason. So one day at school, she went up to Jason and said, hey, why can't you FaceTime? You don't look sick. And he was just like, what are you talking about? My friend was watching this and she laughed so loud. It was so obvious that it was her. The girl turned around and gave her the dirtiest look possible. She knew it was her. We were busted. She went and reported this to the school and we were so scared. The police got involved because apparently this was called cyberbullying. My friend got grounded and so did I. But now I know that if one of my friends wants to do this, I have to stay out of it or try and persuade them not to do it.
As we all know, there are many benefits to using the internet. However, there are plenty of risks and threats too, which we should all learn to be aware of. One of these is cyberbullying. This is a form of bullying that happens online. It involves harming, harassing, threatening, and humiliating a person, usually through social networks, messaging apps, chat rooms, as well as via email and website. Cyberbullying can manifest directly online or be a continuation of bullying that has taken place in the real and physical world, at school or at a youth club, for example. Wherever it starts, what's clear is that it's increasingly commonplace. Some of the most popular types of cyberbullying include spreading false rumors, posting humiliating photos or videos, and creating fake profiles and websites that can cause distress to the victim. Photo montages and viral memes are also on the rise, and because they can spread quickly across the web, they can be rather difficult to stop. Anyone can be a victim. You, a member of your family, your friends too. And because of the 24/7 culture of the internet, it can happen anytime, anywhere, and on any platform. Even computer games are not immune to this menace. So if you think you're being cyberbullied or see something that looks like cyberbullying, do not be afraid to seek help. Speak to your parents and teachers. They can offer you support and advice. Also, be careful not to fall into the trap of being a cyberbully yourself. You might not be aware of it, but a simple post or throwaway comment can be seen as a form of online bullying. No one likes to be bullied in the real or digital world. The best way to tackle cyberbullying is to spot the signs, report it to an adult, be positive, and show solidarity with victims so that everyone can enjoy safer technology.
Hi, Hannah. You're spending time online, aren't you? I understand. There's so much interesting stuff. And chatting with your friends on social media is so much fun. Sometimes, though, we need to be careful because with our behavior, we could hurt other people.
What do you mean?
Let's do a little test, okay? In the school WhatsApp group, someone sends an embarrassing photo of your friend. How do you react?
Hey guys, that's not funny. Why don't we delete the photo?
Virtual is real. In a chat with a friend, as a joke, you use a not so nice word and your friend gets upset. What's your reaction?
He is overreacting. He should have a laugh. I should put myself in his shoes. I know that it was a mistake, and I'll say sorry.
Words have consequences. A friend tells you about one of her weaknesses, and you really want to share it with others online.
This is so funny. I'm gonna post it. Can you imagine how many likes I can get? I am old enough to understand when it's right to post something or not. And this time, it's best not to.
Silence says something too. Well done, Hannah. Remember that the way we behave is crucial to fight against cyberbullying. Remember, be a friend, not a bystander. If you come across offensive videos or messages, tell the bullies to stop. If you keep quiet, you empower them. Your actions can make the difference. Remember that words have consequences, and what you say online can have consequences in real life. Respect your friend's privacy. How would you feel if a friend shared something embarrassing about you? It's better to ask consent before posting. Use the available tools. Most social media apps allow you to block people or report the problem to the service. If you are bullied, you can always use these tools. If you witness something online that you don't like or that could hurt you or a friend, remember that you can always talk to an adult.
Okay, it's 3 o'clock. We can begin. Is Spain ready? Juan José López Urbaneja.
Hello.
Hello?
You can see us, right?
Okay, please.
Yes, we are presenting a video that was made in the classroom. You have noticed maybe that we haven't any students right now with us. So we are going to present the video, and if eventually if you have any questions, you'll have to ask us, okay?
Okay.
Buenas tardes. Podemos hablar sobre el ciberbullying o ciberacoso. Este uso de dificultad para molestar o acosar a una persona mediante ataques personales y de información confidencial o fácil.
Yo estoy ya colorado.
Hay agresivo, acoso psicológico, acecho, stalking, engaño, pederasta o bullying, acoso laboral o moving, acoso sexual, acoso inmobiliario, el acosador. Los ciberacosadores encuentran a sus víctimas mediante el uso de medios digitales, como correo electrónico, redes sociales, blog, etc. Y en general realizan las siguientes acciones: violación de derecho a la intimidad, como cambiar la clave del correo electrónico del acosado o robarle material valioso, como fotos, vídeos, etc. Calumnias e injurias, como el envío de correos electrónicos manipulados, dejar comentarios ofensivos en fotos como si fuera el acosado, manipular la fotografía del acosado, etc. Amenaza, enviar mensajes amenazantes por correo electrónico o SMS, provocándole una sensación de completa compartir llamadas o otros, como dar de alta la dirección de correo electrónico en sitios para que luego sea víctima de spam, etc. O la saturación de los buzones de correo mediante extranjero. Consecuencias.
Es que se está escuchando todo.
Todo este proceso conlleva una serie de consecuencias. Debemos tener presente que el ciberacoso está presente las 24 horas del día. Siempre está ahí. Incluso si se apaga el ordenador, la víctima sabe qué página web está accesible o qué personas están propagando ese famoso web. La dureza de esto es psicológicamente devastadora. A corto plazo, los efectos son estrés, humillación, ansiedad, ira, impotencia y fatiga, y a veces incluso enfermedades físicas. A largo plazo, los que han sufrido de acoso prolongado desarrollan cambios de personalidad característicos del desorden de estrés postraumático, incluyendo deformaciones en las capacidades como los síntomas postraumáticos son persistentes,
bueno, lo que
tiempo después de que haya dejado el acoso, muchos acosados siguen traumatizados, se sienten absolutamente abandonados y solos. Prevención. Para prevenirlo hay que tener en cuenta hablar y fomentar la comunicación, concienciar sobre el buen uso de Internet, cuidar la privacidad y alertar de los riesgos que suponen la privacidad, no caer en los
no sé ni siquiera si se está viendo todos esos movimientos que estás haciendo en la pantalla.
huir de difundir datos personales y fotografías por los que posteriormente se ponen en necesidad, denunciar y emplear las herramientas necesarias. Consejos para frenar el ciberbullying. Aquí os presento algunos consejos para evitar el ciberacoso. Consideramos enseñar a los jóvenes a detectar y identificar este problema es clave para su prevención. El acoso siempre ha estado presente en la sociedad, pero con la llegada de la nueva tecnología, este peligro se ha incrementado, sobre todo en el tiempo. Para prevenir y frenar la aparición del acoso en la red, será necesario atender los siguientes consejos. Si se meten contigo de forma reiterada, se consciente que la culpa no es tuya. No respondas o tomes represalias. Intenta alejarte de la situación. Guarda las evidencias. Di al abusador que pare. Busca ayuda. Emplea la tecnología disponible para bloquear a la persona responsable y denunciar el problema a servicio. Denunciar el caso a las autoridades. Si alguien que conoce está siendo acosado, actúa. Por último, ten presente que lo que manda desde la víctima es ser escuchado. Bueno, habiendo hecho esa introducción, pues quería saber si habéis tenido alguna experiencia sobre este tema o queréis contar algo sobre el ciberacoso. ¿Alguien? ¿Sí, a ver?
Respecto a lo que ha dicho Janina, sí es cierto que se podrían solucionar las cosas desde casa con los padres. Pero yo, en mi caso, por verdad que sí he sufrido bullying y muchas veces, tanto en las redes como en el colegio, en primaria, secundaria, en todo. Y es verdad que tú se lo puedes decir a tus padres, pero sí que te terminan diciendo que son cosas que ellos. Entonces no es fácil solucionarlo. Y aunque te digan que tienes que contarlo, normalmente te da vergüenza. Y no solamente vergüenza por... Es que a lo mejor me dicen, pues algo has hecho. No, es que también te echas la culpa, quieras o no quieras, porque dices, algo malo tengo que tener para que simplemente me pase lo mismo. Y no tienes la capacidad, no tienes el coraje para poder decirse a alguien para decirse a tú terminas sufriendo que no explicar lo que tenemos en la comunidad de las políticas que todo el mundo te sube. Supongo que también es cuestión de verdad, porque no se lo digo, se lo digo, pero cuando tienes 16 años, o 15 años, a la personas, no hay forma de decirse a nadie, no tienes fuerzas para ello. Porque si tendríamos que mandar ese mensaje de que no están solos, de que hay muchos grupos de terapia que les pueden ayudar a solucionar eso, a ver que no son ellos el problema, sino que el problema tiene la gente que realmente lo hace. Es un mensaje que yo creo que es lo que menos se está difundiendo hoy en día. Achacamos mucho a la gente que lo hace, pero no ayudamos tanto a lo que sufre. Le inculcamos que no tenemos que hacerlo, pero tampoco ayudamos a lo que estamos sufriendo.
Hola, buenas tardes. Me llamo Isabel y estudio a través de la plataforma semipresencial de la Junta de Andalucía y, claro, es a través de Internet. Su proposición pero también hay un cierto anonimato. El caso fue que una compañera se sentía como alumna, puso
No,
a través del correo electrónico, ¿verdad? Todo a través de la plataforma. Sí, a través de la plataforma.
no sé si todo eso sería aquí. No se lo está. No.
¿Compartir otra vez o no?
Sí, lo supongo, no sé, ahora cómo vamos a llegar hasta ahí.
¿Lo hemos abandonado?
No, estamos dentro,
Bueno,
creo.
podemos cancelar, ¿eh?
¿Qué? I'm sorry, I don't know if we are still online.
Yes, you are, but not with your video.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's our first time with this software, and we are not used to the
Erasmus.
Yeah. And then I don't know. Oh, yes.
I'm going to try to share the video. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Está ahí.
Pero, le ha dicho Salvador que lo va a intentar.
Quita el sonido ya, quita el sonido. Bueno, nosotros lo vamos a quitar ya.
Okay. More or less.
Hola, buenas tardes. Me llamo Isabel y estudio.
Yes, we can hear it.
presencial.
Yeah, it's okay, Salvador.
Y claro, es a través de Internet. Eso proporciona muchas ventajas. Digamos que no tenemos que tener tantas horas presenciales en el instituto, pero también la desventaja, digamos, es que hay un cierto anonimato de compañeros. El caso fue que una alumna, una compañera, yo soy delegada y ella como alumna, quiso que yo le ayudase. Yo le ayudé dentro de lo que yo veía normal, ayudar a una compañera, pero no le di la respuesta que ella esperaba.
A través del correo electrónico, ¿verdad? Todo a través de la plataforma.
Sí, fue a través todo de la plataforma. En este caso fue a través del chat. Y entonces empezó a atacarme de una manera, digamos, un lenguaje ya que yo notaba que era como si fuese un poco agresivo, y yo me sentí, cuando yo me siento violenta y me pongo yo nerviosa porque siento que me están atacando. Entonces se lo comenté a mi tutora y me dijo que tranquila y a ver si eso seguía más o no. Gracias a Dios no pasó nada más, pero que veo mucha ventaja el tema de la plataforma, el internet y todo, pero detrás de eso mucha gente se escuda para decir cosas porque luego esa compañera ha asistido a clase y no me miren, no me hablan ni tengo comunicación con ella, pero nunca hemos sacado el tema.
O sea, como conclusión es que a través de la plataforma se atrevió a criticarte y a insultarte y sin embargo...
Cuando me ha visto en persona me podía haber dicho, me podías haber ayudado más o haberme dicho otra cosa. No, cara a cara no, pero vale, se esconde, digamos, o protegida por una plataforma de internet.
Ahora vamos con Sara, que nos va a contar su experiencia.
Bueno, he tenido muchas experiencias, pero la que más me ha llamado la atención en mi caso es que cuando me vine a vivir a la ciudad con 18 años, pues buscaba un empleo para tener pues dinero para mis gastos, para mi salida y tal. Y una de las primeras entrevistas que tuve fue de un empleo que encontré a través de una página web, en InfoJobs, ¿vale? Pero por lo que se ve era una empresa falsa que había creado un perfil falso en InfoJobs y bueno, pues resulta que ellos querían que hiciésemos la entrevista por webcam y cuando empezamos la entrevista, que era para un puesto de camarera en un club nocturno tipo casino, pues nos empezaron a pedir que nos desnudásemos, nos quitásemos la ropa o que le enseñásemos algo para poder acceder al puesto de trabajo y que primero empezaron diciéndonos que nos levantásemos para ver nuestro cuerpo y nuestro físico, ya que esos tipos de salones nocturnos pues necesitan un prototipo de chica y de mujer y que también que el salario variaba, puesto que dependiendo de dónde estuviésemos en el salón, pues nos podrían ofrecer un precio o otro. Entonces fue algo muy traumático porque yo me negué, obviamente, a todo esto, pero a través de la webcam ellos ya me habían hackeado el ordenador, accedieron a mis fotos y me robaron fotos y le intentaron utilizar en mi anuncio, provocándome a mí y pidiéndome dinero. Todo esto lo tuve que denunciar a la Policía Nacional. Y bueno, hubo un juicio posteriormente, pero para que veamos que muchas veces creemos en páginas que parecen muy seguras, como InfoJobs, que es una red de empleo bastante segura hoy en día, y sin embargo, todo lo que no todo es lo que parece realmente en las redes. Por eso yo doy mi consejo de que no se fíe nadie de lo que ve, digamos, en las redes, y que si es demasiado bueno es que realmente no es verdad, no es correcto.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all.
Very interesting above all the real experience.
Yes.
And have you got students any questions for them on the Spanish team?
José, sí, no.
Yes? Who has a question? Alessandro, have you got a question? No? Okay, so Emre, you could
I just
go
want to
on
say
with
that
your
I
team.
really like the last part of the video where the girl was speaking about this problem. It was very nice.
Very interesting,
Thank you
very
very much.
real. Okay, so please, Emre, it's your turn.
Is there any problem of my connection?
We can hear you. You can start, Mustafa.
Okay. I am Mustafa Kerem. Now I'm gonna present this presentation. Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. Cyberbullying includes sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. It can include sharing personal or private information about someone else, causing embarrassment or humiliation. Cyberbullying is also known as bullying, online bullying. It has become increasingly common, especially among teenagers, as the technology has advanced. Cyberbullying happens when someone, typically a teenager, bullies others on the internet and other digital spaces, particularly on social media sites. Harmful bullying behavior can include posting rumors, threats, sexual remarks, a victim's personal information, or insulting labels. The most common places where cyberbullying occurs are social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. Text messaging and messaging apps on mobile or tablet devices. Instant messaging, direct messaging, and online chatting over the internet. Online forums, chat rooms, and message boards such as Reddit. Email and online gaming communities. Signs of cyberbullying. It can be difficult to recognize the signs of cyberbullying for parents, but noticing one or more signs of these, we will mention soon, can help you pinpoint distress in adolescent's life. Here are 10 tips for parents to help spot the warning signs of cyberbullying. 1. Uneasy, nervous, or scared about going to school or outside. This is a major warning sign that a teenager is uncomfortable in their school environment or being around their classmates. 2. Nervous or jumpy when texting or using social media. If teenagers becomes extremely anxious about their phone, tablet, or laptop, especially when others are around, it's a sign that there can be a type of cyberbullying. 3. Upset or frustrated after going online or gaming. 4. Unwilling to discuss or share information about their online accounts and activity. Teenagers will try to hide what's going on in order to keep it quiet, since many victims are afraid to speak out, especially to parents. 5. Unexplained weight loss or weight gain, headaches, stomach aches, or trouble eating. Health-related symptoms like these are just some of the many ways bullying can take its physical effect on a child. Trouble sleeping at night or sleepy during the day. 7. Loss of interest in favorite hobbies or activities. If a teenager has suddenly lost interest in their favorite sport or hobby, it may be an indicator of cyberbullying. 8. A teen suddenly seems depressed or antisocial. If teenagers seem to be severely unhappy and only want to be in their room by themselves, it could be a warning sign. 9. Withdrawn from close friends and family. This withdrawal could be an attempt to push people away and distance everyone in their life, especially from those doing the bullying. 10. Making passing statements about suicide or making a suicide attempt. This is an immediate red flag. These signs shouldn't be taken lightly. Contact a professional immediately and get the school involved if needed.
The real-life effects of cyberbullying on adolescents. 1. Emotional effects of cyberbullying. Humiliation, isolation, anger, powerlessness. 2. Mental effects of cyberbullying. Depression and anxiety, low self-esteem, academic problems, suicidal thoughts and self-harm. 3. Behavioral effects of cyberbullying. Using drugs or alcohol, skipping school, carrying a weapon. 4. Physical effects of cyberbullying. Eating disorders, sleep disturbances. Here you can see cyber victims in European countries. Here are the tips to help stop cyberbullying. Know that it's not your fault. What people call bullying is sometimes an argument between two people. But if someone is repeatedly cruel to you, that's bullying and you mustn't blame yourself. No one deserves to be treated cruelly. Don't respond or retaliate. Sometimes a reaction is exactly what aggressors are looking for, because they think it gives them power over you. And you don't want to empower a bully. Save the evidence. The only good news about bullying online or phones is that it can usually be captured, saved, and shown to someone who can help. You can save that evidence in case things go worse. Tell the persons to stop. This is completely up to you. Don't do it if you don't feel totally comfortable doing it. Because you need to make a position completely clear that you won't stand for this treatment anymore. Reach out for help, especially if the behavior is really getting to you. You deserve a backup. See if there's someone who can listen, help you process what's going on and work through it. A friend, relative, or maybe an adult you trust. Use available tag tools. Most social media apps and services allow you to block the person, whether the harassment's in an app, texting, comments, or tagged photos. Do yourself a favor and block the person. Protect your accounts. Don't share your passwords with anyone, even your closest friends, who may not be close forever. And passwords protect your phone so no one can use it to impersonate you. If someone you know is being bullied, take action. Just standing by can empower an aggressor and does nothing to help. The best thing you can do is to try stop bullying and taking a stand against it. Thank you for listening to us patiently.
Thank you very much. Have you got any question for the students, or the students any question for a Turkish team? No? This means that everything was clear, well understood.
I have one question.
Okay, please.
It's a little bit personal, but have you experienced cyberbullying, or have you seen it yourself?
Yes, I have. In my childhood, I was playing some video games, and there were some people who was acting me like they're overcoming me, and I really felt bad. And it lasted for 1 or 2 years, and it was bad years for me. And I got some help from my classmates and my teachers when I was at middle school, and everything is okay now. It has just been an experience for my past. Thank you for your question, by the way.
Thank you for your answer.
Any other question? No? Okay, so it's our turn now, and so I think that Deborah will begin speaking, or Eleonora. No, Eleonora, please.
Okay, good afternoon. We are Eleonora and Deborah from Italian team. And first of all, we have to define cyberbullying. So cyberbullying is the activity of using the internet to harm or frighten another person, especially by sending them unpleasant messages. Now, Deborah will talk about a dramatic episode of cyberbullying. One moment, I share the screen. Okay. So the girl in the picture is the picture of Amanda Todd. Her case was very famous. It happened in Canada because it was among the first one that made people aware of the risk of cyberbullying. Amanda was a teenager. She was only 15 years old when she started going online with her friends and using webcams. She received many compliments and was encouraged by the other people online to show her body. So she decided to do that maybe as a joke, and she showed her upper body. She was naked. She didn't know that someone took a picture until a strange man contacted her and asked her to perform other sexual acts for him. She refused and didn't believe him when he threatened to share her pictures with everybody that she knows because he had the contact list of her friends, her family, and her neighbors. After a while, the police came to her home and they told her that everybody in her neighborhood had received her half-naked pictures. Because of that, she was very depressed and sad, and her parents decided to move and change schools. In a new school, she thought that she was going to forget what happened in the past and move on. But then the man appeared again, and this time he created a Facebook page in which he shared her pictures again without her consent. This made her depressed and gay and made her feel anxious. She didn't know what to do until she decided to move again and see if the problem could be solved. But it didn't help because the picture was still online and could be found. In this school, she made new friends, and she also fell in love with a boy that actually tricked her because he had already a girlfriend. And together with his girlfriend and other people in the school, they beat her and they record the accident while she was being beaten, and she was left alone on the ground in front of the school. This incident was made known to her father, that came to pick her up at school and saw that his daughter was hurt and was left all alone. This made her go into drugs and alcohol. She abused them until she had a case of overdose, and she was rushed to the hospital. After this incident, the parents didn't know what to do. And also, Amanda was felt that she didn't have no one on her side in the world. And this is when she started being suicidal and decided to drink bleach. A very potent substances that corroded and ruined her body, but didn't make her die. While the time passed, she attempted suicide a few times, but was unsuccessful. Before she made the last attempt, and she died in the 12th of October 2012. Before her death, she decided to make a video where she told her story, and she posted the video on YouTube. Until now, the video can still be found on YouTube. And she basically tells all her story and on what she went through. Okay, now we have a video for you. We made by ourselves. Yes.
I know some days will be there, but I don't wanna be sad, sad, sad no more. No, I don't wanna be sad. I don't wanna be sad, sad, sad no more. And I know some days will be there, but I don't wanna be sad, sad, sad.
Thank you, girl. Good job. So this is the end of our presentation. I thank you, everybody. And just before giving you the floor, Emre, I would like to remind you to send me the cover for tomorrow, because tomorrow we have to vote we have to vote the best cover. And tomorrow the program is sees the presence of the culture assessor of Busto Arsizio, where our school is, and also the intervention of a doctor who is going to speak about cyberbullying. So I hope that there will be a lot of people attending the conference, because it's really very interesting. Okay. So Emre, if you wanted to tell us something, please.
Yes, sure. Thank you. Dear friends, dear students, today our topic was cyberbullying, one of the most serious problems of this digital era. We learned what cyberbullying is and the way to deal with it at the same time. I'm sure some of you have already experienced a kind of cyberbullying in one way or another. From now on, we know how to react against cyberbullying. Every country has made its presentations, and it was very useful. And what I like more about today's activities is that it was interactive. I mean, after the presentations, students asked some questions to each other, which was very useful, especially to improve their English. And it's a good way to see that they can understand each other. As usual, I want to thank all the participants for their participation and patience, and looking forward to seeing you again at the same time tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye.
Goodbye.
See you tomorrow. Take care.
Bye.
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 Thank you for all.
Bye.
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 Alessandro? Ale? Alessandro?
Yeah,
Alessandro?
I'm here.
Hai finito? Alessandro, mi senti? Hai finito per oggi?
Sì, Dani, abbiamo finito.
Ma non facciamo oggi la presentazione delle cover?
No, è domani.